Hello VC, welcome back. Today we have our 10th part of the Analogue Production series, part 10. First series that reached that amount of parts, but we are not anywhere near the end of this series. Analogue Production is such a prolific label. Chad Cassim puts out so many outstanding recordings that there will be a lot of more parts from this series. I hope you will go this way with me for the next month. We'll see how long it takes. But today part 10 with some outstanding, gorgeous editions and pressings, and we dig right into it. Let's start with Ella and Louis, Ella Fitzgerald and Louis Armstrong, the first collaboration from them on the Verve series. And what in collaboration this is. This is an outstanding sounding record and beautiful album. They sing together in such a beautiful manner. One of my highlights with this pressing is when Ella Fitzgerald mimics the way Louis Armstrong sings. It's gorgeous. Outstanding album of two gorgeous, great artists. The Ella and Louis came out in this version of Ella and Louis came out in 2011. The original recording is from 1956. And what's very interesting for us collectors of these audiophile pressings is that this one has been out of print for quite some time, and as always it has been very, very expensive over at Discogs or eBay, up to $180, and now it's back. Since last week or 14 days at max, it's back in print. You can get it for its original price, which of course, when it comes to those 45 round per minute editions, it's high. It's $50, but compared to its value when it was out of print, it's reasonable. And it's an outstanding pressing of an outstanding album. Highly recommended if you're into this kind of music. The next album is one of these outstanding living stereo releases Analogue Production did or does. It's Henry Mancini, Peter Gunn. This is a music for the television series, I think. If you hear the main title, you already know it. It's again this Henry Mancini pieces are. I love him. I like him. Hatari or Pink Panther, outstanding. And this doesn't come short. It's a gorgeous listening of a gorgeous release. It originally came out in 1959, so very early recording, and it's still available. You can get it over at your favorite online or record store. Gorgeous, highly recommended. Living stereo, Peter Gunn, Henry Mancini. Next one is a classic album. The Doors, Strange Days, excuse me. This is the 45 round per minute pressing from Analogue Productions, of course. And this album is timeless. Strange Days, People Are Strange, and of course this When the Music's Over, song 11 minutes, in this case on the fourth side, absolute highlights. You know, I can't tell you enough how great those Analogue Production releases of the Doors albums are. And I tell it once more, they have been out of print, the price skyrocketed, and now they are all. Also the Morrison Hotel is back in print. Maybe for the last time, you'll never know, but give them a chance. Try them out. They are outstanding. Outstanding. The Doors Analogue Productions, can't recommend them enough. One of the albums I got through my record exchange with Spain, Steaming with the Miles Davis Quintet on the Prestige label. And I show you the vinyl from this because I love this Prestige label. It's so beautiful, beautiful. Mine is the later 33 round per minute. I can't talk about the 45 round. I don't know how it is, but I can tell you that this is outstanding. Very beautiful listening, often gorgeous recording. And you probably know the Miles Davis Quintet from this time, but I go through them once more. It's Miles Davis on trumpet, John Coltrane on tenor sax, Red Garland piano, Paul Chambers bass, and Philly Joe Jones on drums. The Analogue Production came out in 2014. I think the 45s are much earlier. I think they are early 2000, 2003, 2004. But these are from 2014. The original recording is from 1961, and the recording was done by Rudy van Gelder, Steaming with the Miles Davis Quintet. Gorgeous, gorgeous listening. Highly recommended. Not easy to come by, but not impossible. The 33 round per minute is in reach. I think good pressings are of this release are around $80 in that area. A couple of years later, Miss Nora Jones brought out this album, Not Too Late. Again, Analogue Production put out some of Nora Jones excuse me, some of Nora Jones' releases. I think it's 5. They also brought out a box set of all their releases. They are 33 and a third, and once more, beautiful, beautiful pressings. Dead flat 200 gram vinyl. The original came out in, let me have a look please, in 2007, and the Analogue Production is from 2012. It's a very, it's pop, folk, pop, country, some jazz, in some a little jazzy, beautiful recording. Not too spectacular, but a beautiful, beautiful listening. Recommended. Okay, next one. A Meeting by the River. Mr. Ry Cooder and Mr. U.V.M. Barth. And you know, when it comes to Ry Cooder, it always is a pleasure to listen to his record. He's an outstanding artist. One of the most important, in my humble opinion. I love him. He is so great, and in a way I think he is a little underrated. I don't know why he's not one of the biggest stars that are out there, because he is outstanding. And this album, this duo is fantastic. It's a fantastic pressing of a fantastic album. I can't recommend this one enough. It originally came out in 1993, and the Analogue Production is from, I hope I can find it quick enough, but doesn't matter so much because this one is available. It's out there, you can get it, and I really urge you to give this one a try. And if you are into into acoustic music and Indian music, it's great. It's a fantastic release, 45 rounds per minute. Gorgeous sounding album. Gorgeous sounding album. Give me a second. So, next one, again from the Record Exchange. Classic, John Coltrane, Lush Life. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Again, the 33 and a third round per minute out of the Prestige series, like the Miles Davis. Here you have the whole mono series. They have a mono and they have a stereo series. Lush Life and also the Miles Davis are mono releases. Again, I have the 33 and a third round per minute edition of a fantastic, fantastic album. It's gorgeous. John Coltrane plays on this record with a trio, a quartet and a quintet, and the musicians are John Coltrane on tenor sax, Earl May on bass, Arthur Taylor on drums, and on the other side, in this case the side B, you have John Coltrane on tenor sax, Donald Byrd on trumpet, Red Garland on the piano, Paul Chambers on bass, Louis Hayes on drums, and on the second song you have Al Heath on the drums. Lush Life, John Coltrane, fantastic album, outstanding. So the next one, give me a second, I'm gonna do that later. Mr. Taj Mahal, Labor of Love, acoustic sounds, Analogue Production. And this is a collaboration from Taj Mahal with Taj Mahal with a lot of blues musicians. They went on a tour. He went on a tour with most of them, and this record is the outcome of this tour. And in a way, it's a patchwork, a beautiful patchwork of blues musicians, and really a journey through this genre, and an absolute highlight. They are so gorgeous songs. Maybe I name some of the artists who plays with Taj Mahal. It's Neil Patman, Algia May Hinton, John D. Holman, Cootie Stark, John D. Holman, Etta Baker, Cool John Ferguson. Outstanding blues album. It's a 33 and a third round per minute double album from Analogue Productions. If you're into blues, you probably know it. If you want to try out some blues music, try this one. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous album. Highly recommended. So again, a Verve edition out of the Verve series Analogue Productions did. It's Ella Fitzgerald, Like Someone in Love, and she is accompanied by Frank DeVol and his orchestra. 45 rounds per minute, and Ella Fitzgerald at its best. Beautiful songs. You know, what is there to say about an outstanding artist, outstanding singer like Ella Fitzgerald. Beautiful cover. Tremendous job again from Analogue Productions. The original recording is from 1957. Analogue Productions put out this release on 2011. It is still in print. It's still available. And this is one of the records I'd like to say, I would say, you can't go wrong with this one. Ella Fitzgerald, Like Someone in Love, Analogue Productions, 45 round per minute, out of their beautiful, beautiful Verve series. So the last one for today is again out of Analogue Productions Verve series. It's again a 45 round per minute album, and it is the Oscar Peterson trio, West Side Story. What an album, you know, to do a jazz version of Leonard Bernstein's West Side Story at this point, after it has been into the cinemas, was, I think West Side Story was huge, and he did this jazz version for Verve, which probably was quite an undertaking. It probably was under some pressure, but he delivered. It's gorgeous. It's great. By the way, again, a beautiful cover from Verve. Although usually the Verve covers are not as hot as the Blue Notes, but this is great. It's a great one. So great sounding edition. The original came out in 1962. These Analogue Productions is from 2013. Oscar Peterson, West Side Story. So that's it for the 10th part from the Analogue Production series. I hope you liked it. Put your comments down below, and we probably, I hope at least, we probably see us soon on my next video. Have a great day. Thank you. Bye.